It's all about the love. It's funny because the topic was picked 2 weeks ago and the song was picked a few weeks ago, and it just came together so well. But we will start with our friend Hafiz. The subject tonight is love, and tomorrow night as well. As a matter of fact, I know of no better topic for us to discuss until we all die. And our dear Ernest Holmes says, "Love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. It is the very reason for our being, and that explains why it is that people should have something or someone to love. The life that has not loved has not lived. It is still dead. Love is the sole impulse for creation, and the man or woman who does not have love as the greatest incentive in their life has never developed the real creative instinct. No one can swing out into the universal without love, for the whole universe is based upon it." So it's all about love. But what in the world does that mean? What is love? Is it the eros, philia, agape love? Eros being the physical connection that people have. Sometimes people come into my office and they say, "Oh, I'm in love." And I go, "No, you're not. You're in lust." You're in heat. And that's great, but that's not the whole picture. Is it the love that we feel connecting soul to soul, person to person? I've often thought about our center, and I know that you can learn these same things online or in a book, but there's something that happens when you come around other people. You get to connect. Your heart opens. You get to touch. Or is it agape? Is it that connection with the divine? What is love anyway? I remember when I was young and all I wanted to do was fall in love and get away from my life. And there are a lot of people who are still looking for that. They're looking for love as something that is going to rescue them from themselves. Something that's going to fill up that empty place inside of them. Something that will heal all of their wounds and fulfill all of their dreams. And they take all of that and they find this pretty neutral person who just happened to be a good fit, neuroses to neuroses. And they look at that person and they go, "Oh, you were it. It was chemistry. I saw them across the crowded room and I just knew it was love." And then we wonder why things fall apart. Why we have this terrific high, because now everything that we've ever wanted is going to be here because that person better do it. And then we have this incredible crash because what we realize is that we're still stuck with ourselves, that they couldn't change us. They couldn't fix us. Well, they couldn't fix us because we're not broken. And even though we may appear to be stuck with ourselves, it is our greatest gift. And so when I look at this idea called love, I wonder, what is that anyway? Do you know that nothing that has ever happened in your life, nothing that has happened with any person in your life has ever had anything to do with them? Breathe. Now, this would put a lot of therapists out of business, I know. I'll carry this. But everything that's going on in our life is our reflection. And what is our reflection? But God in form as us, divine love made manifest as us for what? To struggle and suffer in life? Of course not. To evolve into greater and greater levels of love? Yes. And so I've often looked at us as diamonds in the rough that need a little bit of polishing. And someone comes into our lives and we go, "Oh, they're so abrasive. They just rub me the wrong way." And I'm thinking, no, they're rubbing you exactly the right way. They're polishing you. They're knocking off the little imperfections and the nubs that are not supposed to be there. The judgments, the separations, that sense of fear. They knock that off. And we have an opportunity to either shine or to push them away, blame them, and jump back in to where we were. And what I would like to encourage us all to do today is to take those opportunities to shine. That every time something happens in our lives, it's our choice. Oh, that was last week, wasn't it? Yes, it's all about choice. I'm on a series. Every time something happens in our lives, it's our choice as to whether or not we're going to open up to who we are or we're going to shut down to who we aren't. And I don't know how many people grew up with this mindset, but I had it entrenched deeply in me that I was going to play the part of Cinderella and there was going to be a Prince Charming who would come in and make my life better. And I tried a lot of Prince Charmings. You know, you're kissing a lot of frogs out there, trying to find the prince. And it was a real revelation to me to realize that nothing that was ever happening in my life had anything to do with them. That it was all about me. And if I didn't feel like I was being loved by someone else, it was that I wasn't loving me. And so I went through years and years and years of forgiveness work. And let me just say a little bit about that. If you're feeling that you need to forgive someone, you're still feeling like they did something to you. So forgiveness work is great for as far as it takes you. If you're going, you dirty, rotten, racket, Pratchett, go ahead and do some forgiveness work. But there needs to come a point in time when you're saying it wasn't you. For that matter, I love you. You want the keys to the kingdom? I love you. I am grateful for you. I'm so thankful that you came into my life to help me grow into who I am. And so I choose to love you. So how can I feel like there's anything that I need to forgive if I am loving you? If I am grateful, if I know that every experience in my life is a divine appointment for my highest and best, for me to grow and expand into greater and greater levels of love. How can I be mad at anybody? How can I be irritated with anybody if they're just coming along saying, let me just polish you up a little bit. Let me just shine you, girl. You just shine so fine. And I go, how dare you? How dare you say that? How dare you hold that political idea? How dare you look at the world that way? How dare you blow smoke on me and then polish me? No, I've got to say, thank you. I love you. I love you because that's my only choice, is to either love or to not love. That's it. I don't have two choices here. I don't have more than two choices here. I'm either going to love or I'm not going to love, and if I love, I'm going to be great. If I love, I'm going to grow, I'm going to expand, I'm going to let go of all this old garbage that I've been carrying around with me. You know, I complain about the ball and the chain, not realizing that every morning I get up and strap it on, and then I drag the ball and the chain around. The only way I have freedom is I love you. The only way I have freedom inside of myself is I love you. I was so busy when I was younger trying to get that love bucket filled up inside of me, going around begging and pleading, bargaining, doing God knows what in the hopes of getting a little bit of love, that I didn't realize that I didn't have an empty love bucket inside of me. I have a full love bucket. If I would but open up to that by looking at myself with love, that means that I don't have forgiveness work to do with me either. Barbara, how can you say that? You've never done anything wrong. Well, of course I have. You don't know my story. I've been doing this 35 years. I have heard your story. I've worked with people who killed other people. You've never done anything wrong. Nobody has ever done anything wrong. You did what you did. Now today, if you look back on that, might you make some other choices? I hope so. But at that moment, when you were in that circumstance, with the tools that you had and the knowledge that you had, that is the only thing you could have done, because it's the only thing you did. If you could have done something different, you would have. You didn't, so you couldn't, so let it go. Everybody is in your life by divine appointment, and you are in everybody else's life by divine appointment. It is a beautiful tapestry, a beautiful dance of life with life. There is nothing that we need to hang ourselves on the proverbial cross about. Let it go. You don't have to forgive yourself. All you have to do is love yourself. Change your story. Weren't we powerful? Isn't it amazing some of the things we have created in our lives? It's fantastic. And so if we start to look at ourselves with that self-love, then it just kind of overflows onto everybody else. If I'm mad at anybody in the world, I'm mad at me. I'm having so much fun with this presidential election. I gotta tell you, my mantra is, I'm happy with whoever's there, because I'm gonna be happy. My mantra is I can see the good in you. I can see the good in you because I can see the good in me. Take a deep breath. I'm going to love Romney or Obama. I don't care because I'm going to love. Doesn't mean I'm not going to vote. Go out and vote. But I'm going to love. I'm going to love. Boy, the room just crashed. Take a deep breath. Everything really is okay. I will quote Michael Beckwith. He says, it does not matter who's in the White House, it matters who is in your house. Take a deep breath. Your job is to love. And if you get polished a little bit along this political way, good. Say thank you. Say, I love you. Nobody can take anything away from you. Nobody can give you that which is already yours. You already have it. Your job is to love. And if you find yourself in a circumstance where you're starting to get your ants in pants, or whatever that phrase is, you're starting to get all freaked out, remember, it's your job to love. You've only got two choices. You're either going to expand or you're going to contract. And so people come to me and they say, Barbara, treat for me for money. My answer now is no. No, I'm not going to treat for you for money. Money is a secondary causation. What is it that's limiting you? What is constricting you that's manifesting as your money? How do you need to open up? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to embrace more of? Well, you just don't know what kind of a childhood I had. Yes, I do. You don't know what that person did to me. Yes, I do. You don't know the hardships I've had. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Yes, I do. If you want to hold on to that, then you won't have any money. Let me be really clear. You have physical issues, it's because you're not loving yourself, because you're punishing yourself, you're beating yourself up. If you have financial issues, it's because you don't value yourself, you don't have self-worth, at least not to the level that you would like. So you've got to open up, you've got to let go of the past, stand clear in the dawn of this new day and love yourself. If you've got issues with your work, with your boss, with your family, with your car, or with your dog, it is all about the love. The way out, the path to freedom is love. It is the strongest power in the world. You want to bring something into your life? Love it. Love it. The power of attraction, the law of attraction is all about love. Why does gratitude work so well? Because you're so grateful. How do you feel when you're grateful? Think about something that you're so grateful for. I'm just so grateful. That's love. Love isn't about need. Love isn't about filling in an empty spot. Love isn't about getting somebody else to do what you want them to do. Once you let yourself off the hook, you can let the whole rest of the world off the hook. Everybody gets to be themselves. And what they do doesn't impact you. Doesn't take away from who you are because they didn't take the trash out. Or because they said that. Doesn't matter. You know who you are. You're filled with love so much that it's coming out around you. The ticket to freedom, the ticket to health, the ticket to happiness, the ticket to prosperity is love. It is love. But I got to tell you, some of us are wimpy. Some of us have this idea that says, well, love is supposed to be a soft puppy. Love is supposed to be cuddly and warm, and I tell you it's not. Love is supposed to have you rise into all that you were ever meant to be. Love will challenge your very essence. Love will change you. One of my favorite authors on the topic is Khalil Gibran. It is the first essay. Then said Almitra, "Speak to us of love." And he raised his head and looked upon the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with a great voice he said, "When love beckons you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams, as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall love crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness and kneads you until you are pliant. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. And all these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if in your fear you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you cover your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor into the seasonless world, where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter, and weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, "God is in my heart," but rather, "I am in the heart of God." And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love is not soft. Love is not sweet. Love is not gentle, and love is not easy. To really love, to love no matter what, you have to know who you are. You have to be willing to stand in the fire and say, "It will not consume me." No matter what this circumstance is, there is that within me which is greater than anything that can happen to me, because I know, and I know that I know that I know. We sing every week, "There is only love." But what does that mean? If someone comes into your life and they come in with an issue, they haven't come to you, they've come for you. Why? So that you can love more, so that you can put another weight on that barbell of love. We are exercisers in the field of love. And so how can we then complain about something that asks us to love more? It's like the cook complaining that there's so many groceries delivered. We came in and we said, "I am a being of light and love. I have come to usher in a new consciousness onto this planet." And so as we open up to that idea, don't be so surprised if something shows up that says, "Oh yeah? Can you love this? Can you love this?" The only answer can be is, of course I can love this. Of course I can love this. Because I must love this. Because my only choice, if I don't love this, is to not love. And that's the seasonless world, where you laugh, but it's not full. It's not all of your laughter, and you cry, but it's not the depths of you. It's not all of your tears. And I think I know about you, but I do know about me. I am not willing to live a seasonless life. The choice always must be, I love you. And if it's a bill, I love you. If it's a sinkhole, I love you. Look at how we're turning lemons into lemonade. We had a sinkhole. It was a big sinkhole. We fixed it, now we're getting the whole parking lot redone. Sinkhole grew 2 feet in 1 week, 13 feet wide, 5 feet deep. I love you. I love you. Because I don't have any choice. I love you. I have a husband who decided to go get another job. I love you. I can sit home and wring my hands and say, oh, I can't believe it. He's got a Denver office. He's got furniture I've never seen. Or I could say, I love you because as I love you being all that you have come here to be, I love me being all who I have come here to be, which allows me to love you being all that you have come here to be. You can't falter at any step. You've come into this world to be a bringer of light, to be a healer, to be an empowering person. And if you falter at any step along the way, then you're just sitting in the mud. That's what Emerson called the muck and mire of things. Your only choice is to love. Your only choice is to get up. Your only choice is to stand up. Your only choice is to look at every last circumstance that has ever happened in your life and say, I call it love. That is the only thing that I will label it as because that is my only choice. It is love. It always has been love. It always will be love. And as I open up more to seeing the world as that love, what happens? Love pours from me. It touches every being in my world. It touches the plants. People come into my house and they say, wow, what is with all these plants? I mean, they're actually covering all the windows in your house. It's because of love. It's because I live in a love home. It's because we come to a love center. It's because we have decided, we have chosen to see the love in everything. You know, we went through a lot in this life to get where we are today. I know that everybody's got their story, but it's basically the same story. You came into physical form and you went, oh my God, what did I think? What could I possibly have thought coming into physical form? And then we learned and we grew and we stumbled and we fell and we got back up again until we can sit here today and say there is something within me that is bigger than anything. There is something within me that is connected to all that is. There is something within me that is the divine moving forth in form as me, but we cannot be afraid and we cannot falter and we cannot place this aside because it's a special occasion. Robert Bitzer said we do not sacrifice principle even on special occasions, no matter what is happening in the economy, no matter what happened with our job, no matter what that person said to us, no matter what I overheard. It can't stop us from our commitment to being in love. And what you get out of that is you get everything that you love. So you take people who normally would be contrary, and you love the hell right out of them. You take a letter that might have been bad news, and you love it into good news. You take children in particular, and you love them into all that they were ever meant to be. There's only one choice, not even two choices. By now, at this level on the spiritual path, it is our only choice. The choice is to love, because it's all about the love. And so it is.